The moon landing, a persuasive presentation. On July 20th of 1969, Apollo 11 landed on the moon. Neil Armstrong was the first person to walk on the moon's surface. This event was broadcasted live and was monumental for not just Americans, but everyone in the world. But like everything, people have been doubting the moon landing from the beginning. I have met a number of people who do not believe in the moon landing, but I am afraid to say that I do not agree with them. For this presentation, I will be discussing the proofs people have that the moon landing was a conspiracy, and I will ultimately be debunking them in hopes that my audience believes that the moon landing was not a hoax. So most of the proofs people have that the moon landing was not real come from photographs and inaccuracies found within them. This photograph shows the moon surface. Now it looks normal at first, but a lot of people have come to point out that the two shadows of this pole and this person are not parallel, leading people to believe that it was taken inside a studio with studio lighting. Now this photo is also used to disprove the moon landing because it shows the American flag that appears to be waving in the wind. But there obviously would not be any wind on the moon. Now, probably the thing that is brought up most when it comes to the moon landing is the lack of stars in all the photos shown, because stars would be very bright from outer space, so why are they not in the photos? Now that I've discussed those, I will be debunking each one individually. The photo regarding the shadows can be very easily disproved because the reason the shadows aren't parallel is just a trick of perspective in a three-dimensional space. This effect can be very easily recreated for going outside in the afternoon, and you can see that the shadows will not be parallel. Now, the flag photo is also pretty easy. You can actually see on the top of the flag that there is a stick propping up the flag. And the reason the flag has waves or wrinkles in it is because it would have been folded up for 4 days on the journey to the moon. So, in short, the only reason it looks like the flag is waving is because they wanted it to look that way. As for the lack of stars in the photos, even though it's dark in the photos, it would actually be very bright in daytime on the moon. So, as you know, small details are not captured well by cameras in bright settings, so the cameras would not have been powerful enough to capture the stars. And besides that, I seriously doubt that NASA would have been that careless to forget to put stars in their photos if they were created in a studio. Now that I have discussed the 3 photos, I will discuss some other proofs that the moon landing did in fact happen. Many rock and soil samples were brought back from the numerous Apollo missions, and all of those have been proven to be from the moon and not from Earth. The number of eyewitnesses and collaborations that worked on the Apollo project is well into the thousands, so it would be very, very unlikely for all those people to be keeping this a big secret and making it a big conspiracy without any official word or evidence getting out. Lastly, even though there have been doubts of the Apollo missions from the beginning, most of the people who do not believe in it were not alive during the time where it happened. So all the information they're getting on the Apollo missions is secondhand, so they weren't there when it happened, and they don't know. To conclude, I have shared with you reasons people do not believe in the moon landing. I have spoken of 3 different proofs in terms of photographs, and I have given you other reasons. But at the end of the day, I believe it's all a balance of probability. It is far more likely that we have been to the moon than that we haven't, and I can live with that.